All right, is it hot enough out there for you these days? It's going to get even hotter, if you can believe that. So get out into the stores, go anywhere you can to find that AC, and get your water bottles ready. Fill them up, because today is going to be what they say is the hottest day of our heat wave so far. We could break the record high of 93, but it's the high humidity that will actually make it feel much, much hotter. Understandably, there's been a run on air conditioners, which have sold out at most retailers. Some schools also don't have AC, so they are canceling their programs today. They are Erie Wonbosi's, West Seneca Middle and High Schools, and the Batavia and Newfane rec programs. Understandably, we don't have any air conditioning in our house. We slept with fans. It was just brutal, moving around warm, hot air.
Circulating that hot air.
Yep.
I mean, I guess I'm spoiled. We have one. We tried to buy one the other day, completely sold out. Everywhere you go, you know, Target, Kmart, Home Depot, all sold out. They don't know if they're going to get any more. Probably not. I mean, they have a seasonal thing, and if they run out, that's it. So you got to do what you can, and drinking water definitely helps, but, you know.
I think, who's it? Rachel Kingston was doing a report for Channel 4, and she checked in with Orville's and at least Lowe's, and they're expecting to get a few more.
They might, yeah, right.
Which is useful, because it is so hot, and I bought a window air conditioner earlier this summer, and I'm so thankful I did. But I also think, you know, as long as you drink water, keep yourself hydrated and things like that, you can do your normal activities. I was landscaping yesterday, and I'm still here. I'm alive.
Right.
It's all right.
I was just telling them, my daughter said, you know what, I'm glad we don't have air conditioning, because it makes us seem like warriors, you know, as the sweat is dripping down our eyes.
Like we were just saying, too, I mean, you're not used to having it, so maybe it's easier for you to deal with the heat.
Right.
You know,
we're survivors. Okay, we're going to move on now from a historic heat wave to a historic landing early this morning. You saw it live on News 4's Wake Up. We had it at 5:57. The Space Shuttle Atlantis made its final landing.
Nose gear touchdown. Having fired the imagination of a generation, a ship like no other, its place in history secured, the Space Shuttle pulls into port for the last time.
Oh, listen to this. Within actually a few seconds, at 5:57 as planned this morning, Atlantis touchdown at Kennedy Space Center, ending the NASA Space Shuttle program after 30 years and 135 liftoffs. Atlantis is set to go on display at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida next year.
You know, I'm very glad this shuttle launch went successfully. I feel like it's an excellent sort of toast to the shuttle program in the United States. But I'm very excited to see how NASA uses their scientific ability now that it's not being put towards shuttle launches. And I think a lot of advancements right here on Earth can be made by NASA scientists, and I'm very excited to see what those are.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what it's all about, you know, seeing what else is out there, coming up with new ideas, you know, for experiments and whatnot. I just think today's landing gave everybody the chills. I think it's kind of sad, though, that we had to all get involved in the last mission, when every time they go up and down, it's a pretty amazing thing what they're doing. And you know, the pilots and the crew, they were a combined age of 19 years old when the first mission took place and the first man walked on the moon. Yesterday was the anniversary of that, 42 years. So it's, you know, it all came to an end this morning. We got to see it.
And the shuttle program is going to continue on a private basis. It's going to be privatized, so that we are going to have some astronauts go up, only they're going to go up with the Russian astronauts and cosmonauts for a future run. Here's a question a lot of folks are asking these days. Where in the world is Casey Anthony?
Who cares?
I didn't say that. Well, you know what? There is a TV producer who told HLN's Nancy Grace that he's met with her, actually, and named a sum that she's asking to tell her side of the story.
Let me ask you this. What was her demeanor?
Surprisingly normal after all she's been through. It was funny because the first thing she said when we had the meeting is, "Where's my check?" Because, you know, I've been showing that $1 million check.
All right, that video you saw was actually something that was put on by a news station. Right? It was a hoax, so that really wasn't her. They were saying that she landed in Phoenix, which is not true. Now, the freelance producer says Casey is in Palm Springs, California, actually, and wants cash for her story. There's no word if they actually signed a deal and if he's actually telling the truth. Who knows? You know, everybody's trying to make a buck off of the story, honestly, and poor Kaylee, still dead.
At the end of the day, right, exactly. At the end of the day, you know, Casey's going to win, and we're all going to be gullible people that, especially the person that's writing that check, I mean, you're going to get a story that's most likely not true, and you're going to pay $1 million for it. I say no one should give her any money for her story, because at the end of the day, what is it? It's probably not going to be accurate.
Fictional.
I just think it's really interesting how this whole "where is Casey Anthony" thing developed. Like, why do we care? Why do we need to know where she is. She's out there somewhere still being a terrible person.
Right.
Let her be.
Well, you know what I thought was actually justice, in a sense. If whether she did it or not, her life now is changed forever. And for the longest time now, she's going to be bombarded and chased down by people who think that she did it.
At least she has a life.
Threatened,
So, yeah.
absolutely. All right, now we are going to move on to our CW star. You got a great story for us.
I do have a great story.